Well, as we continue to fast from wrong thinking, remember we're not fasting from food, we're fasting, abstaining from mentalities of failure. And we're breaking the mentalities of failure. And breaking these mentalities of failure brings breakthrough in your life. And today I especially enjoy and really like this particular day's thought that we're fasting from that says, I feel like a victim. I feel like a victim. We're going to fast from the thought that says, I feel like a victim. With all that happened last year and all that's happened this year already in a short time, it's easy to see ourselves as a victim of virus, a victim of business problems, political problems. But we have to realize that we're victors. We're not victims. And, you know, Viktor Frankl, interestingly named Viktor Frankl, survived the Nazi death camp at Auschwitz by defining ultimate freedom was this. This is Viktor Frankl defined ultimate freedom as the ability to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. The ability to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. Now, we don't always have the ability to choose our set of circumstances, but we always have the ability to choose the attitude that we're going to have in the midst of any given circumstances. You see, because the worst prison in the world is the one we put ourselves in. The worst prison in the world is the prison of the mind, where we feel imprisoned on the inside. So how do we break the power of this mentality of feeling like a victim? See, you could have been a victim of something, a victim of a crime, a victim of a car accident, a victim of, there are many things you could be a victim of, but you don't have to carry that thinking into your life where you're constantly seeing yourself as the world is against you, life is against you. We have to change our perspective from life is happening to us. That's the victim mentality. Life is happening to me. We have to change that to the favor of God mentality, the victor mentality, which is life is happening for me. Life is happening for me. What happens in the world is happening for me. God is rearranging things for me. God is doing things for me. God, took me out of that situation for me because he has something better to put me in. Instead of seeing life happening to you, this happened to me and that happened to me and my parents did this and my ex-husband or my friend did this or my boss. We're constantly playing the victim in our own drama, and we need to become the hero of our own drama. We need to become the hero of our own story. Jesus, of course, is the number one hero, but he wants you to be the hero of your story too, because you're not a victim, you're a victor. You're the head and not the tail, above only and not beneath. And this is the mentality that we have to walk every day with. No one can keep you negative about your current situation except you. You're the only one that can stay negative, and you're the only one that can break that negativity mindset into a positive, faith-filled mindset. We need to begin every day with owning our lives. Like, no one else can control my happiness. No one gets to determine whether I'm going to be happy or not. Even people that hurt me terribly, they don't get to choose my attitude. I get to choose my attitude. I get to choose to be happy. I get to choose to see the good and look for the good in everything. I get to choose to be somebody who believes life is happening for me rather than life is happening to me. I choose to be that person. I choose to look for the good in every bad situation. I choose to look for the good in every person. I choose to look for the good in my life. I choose to look for the good. Look for the good, because life is happening for you. And let me tell you something. You get this mentality that, hey, no weapon formed against you will prosper. When you embrace the mentality that no weapon, see, so many Christians have looked at the Bible as just some sort of poetic, just try to encourage you, just try to, get you to be obedient and be holy. That's not what the Bible is written for. The Bible is not your moral compass. Your conscience has that already. You don't need the Bible to tell you right from wrong. You know right from wrong. what God gives us the Bible for, what God gives us, I'm not saying that some of that's not in there, of course it is, but what I'm saying is the overall theme of Scripture is God's love for you. The overall theme of Scripture is your life is a story, and the overall theme of Scripture is that there is always a solution, a mindset that you can have. Paul, being in prison, had the mindset that God's gonna turn this bad situation into something better, into the furtherance of the gospel. He said in Philippians 1:12, he said, you know, this adverse situation where I'm in jail and even though I'm here, God is advancing the gospel, and it's making even more progress since I've been in prison. Imagine having that mentality. Imagine being in prison and having the mentality of, wow, this is working out to my advantage. This is actually producing something amazing in the world. This is actually, and you're writing letters because you're not sitting there a victim just learning to live the jailbird lifestyle. He was in prison writing to the Philippians. He wrote a whole letter, a beautiful letter to the Philippians from jail. And it's a letter to thank them. That's the mentality that that's the mentality we're going into our day with today. That's the mentality that we're not victims, we're victors. We need to realize that we have power. We have power. You have power. Don't give your power away. Don't give away your power. We give away our power to live in victory and health and success when we allow others to determine how we respond to a situation. Listen, we have the power to forgive. We have the power to recover. We have the power to overcome anything. When we blame others, we give away our power to them. Take charge of what God has given you. Take charge of take your power back. Take your power back from, if you would just learn in life one simple thing. Do all you're expecting from God and no longer expect from people. If you could adjust who you're expecting positive affirmation and approval from, I cease expecting it from people. I'm expecting it from God. You know what that does is it frees me to really be kind and to really be a blessing to people because I'm not waiting for them to treat me a certain way to make me happy. And when you take your power back, you're gonna have a life of such joy and such peace. You see what we're doing? We're shifting our perspectives, and God is lifting our lives. The shift that brings the lift. I'll see you tomorrow.